Yeah, I actually worked on cars in high school, and I wanted to learn something that I could do that would be helpful. And then while I was doing that, I was working on the transmission for the Air Force recruiter, who ended up asking me what I was doing while I was working there. And he said, "Why don't you do that in the Air Force? Why don't you get your school paid for and see the world and get paid to do it?" And I said, okay. So I joined the Air Force at 17 years old and was an F-16 jet mechanic, a crew chief. Yeah, Air Force. I was in 8 years. I was stationed at Shaw and then Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. I did 2 tours overseas, and then I ended up in Italy as well. So loved that. Yeah, it was real hot, and camel spiders as big as your hand, actual camels. Just the typical stuff you'd expect overseas. So a lot of mortar attacks and a lot of flying jets. It's definitely, had its ups and downs for me. As for my family, it was just me, so I didn't have, my little man or my sweet husband that I have now. But I never really considered the impact until I had my own kid, and, the thought of him coming home and being like, "Hey, I just volunteered to go to Iraq," would wreck me. So I think I may have had more of an impact on my family than I thought, so. Adaptability, for sure. Just being able to stay engaged no matter what's going on or who's involved, no matter how they're acting. Knowing where you're at, what you have to do, what your mission is, and staying focused. And I definitely, the Air Force core values have always just kind of bled right into my business core values, and just, excellence in all we do, integrity first, in little things, just a sense of urgency and keep your head on a swivel and things like that, attention to detail. All those things have definitely bled into how I run a business. Sleep deprivation, more than anything. It's really difficult to plan for anything, I'm learning. It's a great plan until you get a kid with a blown up diaper, and then you gotta change course pretty quick. So learning how to get around that, not let it frazzle you, and just trying to get back on course as soon as possible. Veterans Day for me is just a time to rein it all in and just be thankful for what everybody's done, what everybody's doing, just the gratitude of the sacrifice of everything, not just the ultimate sacrifice, but the daily sacrifice. So it's just, for me, it's just a day to really humble yourself and just sit back and be grateful.